All right, so in this question, a line passes through the point 2, 2 and 5, 8. We have to find the slope of the line. So the big idea is the slope. Slope is how steep the line is, and we find the slope by putting rise over run. It's a fraction, rise over run. All right, so this may sound foreign to you, and honestly, the other problems are a little bit more as far as applicable to real life. This one's a little bit more abstract. If you start to understand the other problems like equivalent ratios and probability, and this one's still a little bit confusing, then I'd say that we're doing a pretty good job. Now, if you do understand this and the other things, then that is great. But for right now, just kind of roll with this. Let's see if we can figure out slope. Slope is rise over run. We're going to create a graph. Okay, so a graph has a y-axis, which goes vertically like this, and an x-axis, which goes horizontally like that. Okay, so on this side, these represent positive numbers. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On this side, these are like negative numbers. Negative 1, negative 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the y-axis, going up is positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And going below is going to be negative. So negative 1, negative 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I went out to 8 in every direction just because I saw an 8 there. Okay, so again, we've got the x-axis, we've got the y-axis, we've got positives on this side, negatives on this side. Positives going up, negatives going down. All right, so let's graph these points. We have to graph the point 2, 2. All right, so what you do is starting at the middle point called the origin, the first 2 tells us to go to the right 2. The second 2 tells us to go up 2. So this point right there is 2, 2. All right, now we've got to graph the point 5, 8. So starting at the origin, we're going to count this way 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll count up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is 5, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, we want the line that goes through those 2 points. All right, without a ruler, that's the best I could do for that line. There's that line that goes through 2, 2 and 5, 8. Okay, so again, the slope tells us the steepness of that line. How steep is it? And the way we talk about how steep the line is we have a ratio. Remember, a ratio could be written as a fraction, and the rise number is the numerator, the run number is the denominator, rise over run. Okay, so basically we have to figure out this. To get from this point to this point, how far do you have to rise and how far do you have to run? This number is the rise, this number is the run. Okay, so this one was at 2 above 0, but this one was all the way up at 8 above 0. So to get from 2 to 8, how far did it have to rise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you said that the rise number was 6, you got it right. And then it had to run. Now, this point was 2 on that side, but this one is 5 on that side. So to get from 2 to 5, how far did it have to run? It went from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. So if you said it had to go over 3, you're right. So the rise was 6, the run was 3. So when we put rise over run, by the way, they always use M for slope because M stands for mountains and mountains have slopes. So the slope is M and it equals the rise over the run. It equals 6 over 3. 6 the rise, 3 the run, there's the slope. Now, if you look at the multiple choice answers, none of them say 6 over 3. The multiple choice answers say 1/2, 10/7, -2, and +2. So the question is, which one of these numbers is equivalent to 6 over 3? Remember, every fraction is actually a division problem. So this is actually a division problem. This is 6 divided by 3. So does 6 divided by 3 equal 1/2, 10/7, -2, or 2? 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So 2 is the answer. 2 is the slope. Now again, with more practice, slope becomes really, really easy. However, if it's the first time you're doing slope, it might seem a little foreign, a little bit abstract. And so if you're kind of understanding the rest of the material we've been working with today, but this seems a little confusing, I really wouldn't worry about it that much. It's not that bad. However, if you do practice this a few more times, it'll start to click and it starts to become very, very easy. So with more time, we'll practice more slope. For right now, let's move on to some other questions. And again, if this is still a little bit hazy for you, don't really sweat that. That's okay.